Gordon Fire Station was completely destroyed from internal explosions early Thursday afternoon, September 19th. The first report indicated explosions were related to lightning from an extreme weather front that had moved into the area. But Gordon Fire Chief Mike Chmielewski said the explosions occurred before the storm. A Douglas County Sheriff deputy passing by the station reported explosions hurled items out from the station onto the nearby road. The station and all the firefighting vehicles inside were destroyed.
Sure, the call came in just around noon today. We responded up to the fire hall. We had a report of a structure fire at the fire hall. We responded up here and there was smoke and flames showing out of the building already.
Were there any explosions or anything?
There were several small explosions coming from within inside the building. We're assuming that was part of the equipment on the truck.
Do you have any idea of the source of the fire? I mean, how it started?
Not at this time. There's a city investigator coming down that is going to help.
Any relation to, there was a lot of lightning going on about that time. Was there any relation to that, you think?
Not that we're aware of at this time.
So the fire actually started before the storm came through? Or?
Right, it actually started from what we can tell before the storm went. Basically, we lost everything in the fire hall. We had 6 trucks. 2 engines, 2 tenders, and 2 brush trucks.
Chief, did the building have a sprinkler system?
It did not. It was built back in approximately 1979.
Was the building up to code?
Yes, it was. Yep.
How could it be up to code if it didn't have a sprinkler system?
It was built prior to when sprinkler systems were.
You weren't required to have one?
Correct.
You have 2 fire trucks that were out in the front. Were they there at the beginning of the explosion? Or?
They were actually inside the building. They were pulled out of the building to extinguish them.
How were they pulled out? I mean, did you use a tow truck or
Town front end loader?
Okay. Okay, so they're just picked up by the front and just dragged out. Huh?
Yep, they were just.
Okay. Right now, what's taking place is the Emergency Fire Service Coordinator from Wisconsin Emergency Management is out on the scene. And I've already been in touch with the President of the State Fire Chiefs Association, who has put out an email to all the fire departments in the state asking them to take a big inventory of their surplus equipment and decide what they might be able to give up. And once we work with the fire chief here with Mike and determine exactly what it is that he needs, that list will be forwarded to the President of the Fire Chiefs Association, who will distribute it statewide and will coordinate trying to get those resources up here to get them up in operation. Well, it's a total loss. They're out of business right now. Something like this is devastating not only to the department that owns it, but also to the neighbors. There's a lot of investment in volunteerism in this county. If something like this happens to one of us, it happens to all of us.
This is a high fire risk, especially in the springtime. Just having a station out like this, what kind of impact will that have as far as addressing any serious fire needs in the next spring?
I would estimate that by next spring they are back in operation. I would guess that probably within the week they will be in operation. They obviously will not have the facility, but I'm quite confident they will work in cooperation with the town board to get equipment into the highway shop so that they'll be able to make an initial response, and then they will be supported by their mutual aid partners.